What's up, everyone? Welcome to the BDE Sports Talk Podcast Bowl Pick'em Show Week 1. Fellas, glad to be back. How you feeling about this sweet slate of games?
Oh, I'm excited. Excited to see these crazy bowls.
Oh, yeah, dude. The scintillating sweet slate of games ready to go, man.
The names of these bowls are insane these days.
Half the reason I'm happy to do this is because I want to say all the names of the bowls. So
shut up, Dean. He wants to say them
all. Real quick, Dean, you were the regular season champion. Congratulations.
Postseason's all that matters.
Yeah. But I'm the number one seed. I get it. So you get a bye this week,
huh? You finished with 486 points. I had 462. Ed, you had 455. You scratch and clawed back as hard as you could. You're the only one to hit your lock that week. You finished the year at 9-5 at 64.3. Dean was 8-6 at 57.1, and I was 7-7 for 50%. Dean also took the crown in money line at 197 and 56 at 77.9%. I was 195 and 57 for 77.4, and Eddie was 188 and 64 for 74.6. So good year on the money line. Against the spread, over under, I had a rough end of the year. 120, 122 and 4, 48.8%. Eddie was 115, 122 and 9, 46.8%. And Dean was 130, 112 and 5 for 52.6%. So heck of a year for Dean. Hopefully you can carry that into next year and people will listen to us. So
this is based on luck, my man.
52.6% is not luck. So, all right. Well, we're not going to go, we talked about this before we started recording. We're not going to go over any specific game. We're just going to kind of go over our picks real quick so we can get them out. We'll do our locks. Eddie will let us know what our premium bets are, if we have any, and we'll get out of here. So let's go ahead and start. And we'll just go over each game instead of like doing all our cards. So I'll just say the game and then you guys give me your line. So let me.
Okay.
Oh. So, you okay?
Yeah.
All right. All that winning.
The morning indigestion.
First bowl game, the Myrtle Beach Bowl, featuring Georgia Southern versus Ohio. The line is at right now plus 2.5 for Ohio, under 49. I have Ohio and the under 49. Dean, what do you got?
I took Ohio as well, but I took them to win and cover.
Okay.
Yep. I took Georgia Southern and the cover. I mean, Ohio has already lost their starting quarterback, their top 2 running backs, and a wide receiver to the transfer portal. Jeez. So I figure Georgia Southern hasn't.
That's fair. All right. I almost should switch my pick. Next up, the Cricket Celebration Bowl, Howard versus Florida A&M. On DraftKings, there's no line, so we have a pick'em for. We'll put it at 2 points for the pick'em. Florida A&M for me, Dean.
Same. I took Florida A&M.
Florida A&M.
That's premium.
Next up, the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, Jacksonville State versus University of Louisiana Lafayette. Line is plus 2.5 for ULL. Over under is 58. Eddie, who do you got?
I got Jacksonville State and the under. For games played on Saturdays, Jacksonville State is under 4 of their last 6, and the Louisiana Lafayette is 5 of their last 7.
Wow.
Big time numbers.
Dean?
Side note, I had an R&L driver be very discourteous to me, so I don't like this bowl very much. But I took Jacksonville State to win and cover. It's my least favorite bowl of the year. That's all I'm saying.
I hate it. I same. I took Jacksonville State. Next up, the Avocados for Mexico Cure Bowl featuring Miami of Ohio versus Appalachian State. App State is a 6.5 point favorite. Over under is 41.5. Dean, what do you got?
I took Miami, Ohio, and the over.
Eddie.
I went with App State to win and cover.
Okay. And I took Miami of Ohio to win and cover. Next up is the Isleta, whatever. New Mexico Bowl. New Mexico State University at Fresno State. Fresno State 3.5 point underdog. Over under is 51.5. I took New Mexico State to win and cover. Dean.
I took the same. I took New Mexico State to win and cover.
Okay.
I did the same.
That's premium.
Okay. Next up, my favorite bowl of the year, Starco Brands LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. UCLA versus Boise State. Boise State 5.5 point underdog. Over under 47. I took UCLA to win, Boise State to cover. Dean.
I took UCLA to win and cover.
Okay. Eddie.
I also took UCLA to win and cover.
All right. So is that just going to be a bowl with just Gronk the whole time?
So it's gonna be Gronk the whole time.
Gronk TV.
Probably.
I can barely take him on the Fox pregame show. Good insight, but goodness. Fox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fox. Okay. Next up, the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. Cal versus Texas Tech. Texas Tech 3.5 point favorite. Over under 58. I have Texas Tech to win and cover. Dean.
I took Cal to win and cover.
Okay.
Same. I took Cal with the auto cover.
Next up, the famous Toastery Bowl.
Oh,
how's it famous? I've never even. Anyway, was Western Kentucky versus Old Dominion. Old Dominion. Dean. Team name for Old Dominion.
Owls.
I believe so.
Hold
on. It is.
Oh, I know it.
Oh, it's not.
Dang.
Eddie.
Bulldogs.
Monarchs.
It is the Monarchs.
We did the Sun Belt already.
Right. Yeah. That's why I pulled it.
Doesn't matter.
If you guys watch the podcast, at the end of the podcast, we have the team name game we got going on. So check that out. Old Dominion 3.5 point underdog. Over under 54. Dean.
Shot in the dark. I took Old Dominion to win and cover.
I got Western Kentucky with the auto cover.
Same. I have Western Kentucky as well. Next up is the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. University of Texas San Antonio versus Marshall. Dean, you know that one? UTSA?
I know Marshall. if I go back in my notes.
I'll never forget this one.
I can't remember it.
It's the Roadrunners.
Mm.
Marshall is an 11.5 point underdog. Over unders 53. Eddie, we'll start with you.
UTSA to win, Marshall to cover.
Okay. Neen?
I took UTSA to win, and I took the over.
Oh,
I figured whenever it's two bad teams, they always seem to score like 90 points. So I don't know.
No kidding. I took UTSA to win and Marshall to cover as well. Next up is the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl with USF South Florida versus Syracuse. Syracuse 3-point favorite, over under 61.5. I took Syracuse to win and cover. Dean, what do you got?
I took the same, Syracuse to win and cover.
Okay, Eddie.
South Florida auto cover.
Mm. It's nasty.
Oh, it's nasty.
What's their
I'm not
nickname?
going away from my Florida teams.
That's fair. A lot of talent.
That's the
Florida.
Bulls. By the way.
Oh.
Hey, don't give away futures.
Is that a future? Oh, it is.
No, we
isn't
did
it?
UF stuff, didn't we?
No, we haven't. I think they're Big 12, right? I think they're Big 12. Either way.
Are they Big 12 now?
Yeah, because I had to look it up because I was looking at over under. So I'm like, where are they? And I want to find out they're in the Big 12. So, last up for the week, the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, or I guess if it's Spanish, the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Georgia Tech versus UCF. -5 for UCF, over under 66.5. I have UCF to win, the over 66.5. Dean.
I took UCF to win as well, and I took the under, the 66.5. I know that kind of goes against what I just said, but
I just went UCF with the cover. It's a Florida sweep this week.
it's a Florida sweep.
Florida sweep.
There's a lot of
All
talent
right.
in Florida, you know.
All right. So let's go over locks real quick for the People's Parlay. People's Parlay this year, it was rough, 2-10. And I will start. And my lock this week is going to be New Mexico State -3.5. And to go off Dean, even though they were slightly discourteous to me,
It's Cody.
the last time I picked them, I'm going to take them again. So let's go with which one you wants to go, Dean or Eddie?
That doesn't matter.
All right, Eddie.
I'm going to go with the Jacksonville State, Louisiana under.
Oh, okay. All right. ULL under 58. Okay. And Dean.
I took the UCLA covering over Boise.
UCLA -5.5. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. So for the People's Parlay this week, it is New Mexico State -3.5. UCLA -5.5, and Jacksonville State Louisiana under 58, which comes out to +601. $10 grabs you $70.19. So perfect. All right, good first week. We'll be back next week with a second week of bowls. I don't know how many weeks. There's 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
So, and then that'll be it. So, been a good year. Dean, congrats on the regular season win.
Thank you.
It's now double points.
Pick 'em.